Fireburn, she's looking to defy history. She's giving Chase the slipper winner, and Fireburn went past She's Extreme. She's a very exciting filly. Fireburn by 2 lengths.
Welcome to Bet Doctor, behind the curtain look at how pro punters operate. I'm your host Scoot. I'm joined in studio with Johnny Walter, fresh off a fill-up last Saturday.
Oh, fill up, massive. Well, the one result that mattered in life got home, and that was the only thing. Like I had 2 power naps, 4 nervous poos. Mate, it was a big showdown in the last. And thank Christ Nash was on the mighty heresy and got home. But yeah, I haven't been that nervous for a while.
Easy watch. Nico and DK, how's things in Melbourne? Sunny Melbourne.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah, don't know what I'm doing here, to be honest. This show's for people who know what they're doing, punters who win, and that's so. Better talk to Nico. Nico, how's you going?
Don't know what to say after that. Life's good. A couple of winners at Southdown yesterday, off to hopefully Randwick this Saturday. So I'm keen to get there if the races run. So that might be the toughest thing for the punters at the moment, if we can actually get through the meeting. But if we do, it's going to be an outstanding day of racing.
That's how versatile you are, Nico. Bendigo into Sandown into Randwick. Too good, you.
Yeah, well, you can't be a one-trick pony in this game, DK. Point and a P, and Nico, you started off Bendigo on fire, and that was an easy watch. And old Nick Williams ventured down there, and he thinks that's going to be a Sydney Cup horse next year. That's what
Jesus Christ.
Hey?
Next year. Okay.
The post-race, he said Bendigo's the best track in the world.
Did he?
On the in the Prezzo, so there's a bit of love there for Bendigo from that camp. But no, that was an easy win. That was one I kind of got a bit greyed up late by the market. I thought they'd be all over it, and he was 320 out to 420. I was like, oh, what's going on here? But
only won by 5.
Still didn't matter, did it? But yeah, Bendigo treated as well.
Though? That camp, Jesus Christ! If you can work the betting out from that camp, you're too good. They do my head in more. Lloyd Williams he's more in my head than PVL, bloody MVG, Chris Waller Racing, all put together.
High Stranger was a good one, Nico. Nearly got the chocolates there at $18. You must feel completely back.
Yeah, feeling good at the moment. I bet up Cherry Tortoni after the bad ride the other day, but Mickey D redeemed himself there and had something on High Stranger, so it was a pretty easy watch there in the Bendigo Cup. Now, really keen to get up to Randwick this Saturday. Feel like we're seeing them well, so hopefully a few winners.
Just rub off on me a bit, can you, Nico? There, please. Any danger, can you? Something, please.
Any chance of an upgrade there tomorrow at Randwick or Saturday, whatever it is, Nico? It looks good at the moment.
Bring some Melbourne weather up there.
You've got 73 ducks swimming across the 1,000-metre chute currently. It looks great.
I tell you what, Walt might get his wish.
What's that?
We're talking about changing all the track distances and bet standing in all-in markets. They may all be over 800 metres.
Mate, I've had JP like Seabiscuit out there with the alarm clock getting him ready to jump to the front over 800 if they change the distances. Everyone, that'll be the tactic change due to be ridden to lead.
Oh, it was interesting last week with Wallach Grand Final Day, Nature Strip. You picked it like a dirty nose. He can spike them, but wowee.
Yeah, and I tell you what, and I'm in no way saying they're working together or anything, but it does work out well for when the situation suits Eduardo, he gets the run he needs, and when it suits Nature Strip, he tends to get the run he needs. And they're very dominant at their own periods during the preparation, but nothing was beating Nature Strip last Saturday.
Oh, it's just blatantly obvious that they set themselves for different grand finals, and Chris just likes the $2 million and $5 million purses when they sort of lob up. But surely between Nature Strip, Home Affairs and Artorias, we can pinch 1 or 2 sprints over in Europe. They all seem to be heading that way. Rod Lyons is getting the top hat and tails ready to go.
Is Artorias running here? Or is it
no, they're going to all go to Royal Ascot.
So it's not running again before it goes there?
I wouldn't have thought so.
I don't see what others see in a Home Affairs, but you'd think Nature Strip would be pretty scary over there. Like his style of racing just suits it down to the ground. I know Home Affairs is one down the straight at Flemington, but I just think Nature Strip's capable of, a bit more high pressure over the 1200 than he probably is. But I hope he gets there in one piece because he's certainly waited long enough to test him on the world stage. But last Saturday he showed that he's still got it.
Fireburn, it was a bit of a gimme, and $1 cops the fine, but
it was a weird one. I thought when the betting was the way it was a little bit like Nico was saying. It sort of looked like 1 and 1s 2, didn't it? Like it was going to start $1.60 and probably win. It was obvious there wasn't a lot of speed on paper, and I thought Abdullah gave it as quiet a ride as he could, and I actually sent him a little message saying, geez, you would have been shitting bricks on the turn. And he was like, no stage. I had perfect confidence.
Worst part of the track, though, I was a bit nervous.
What's that?
Was no one really want to be in the fence. I was like, oh,
no, that's what I mean. Like, he rode it like $1 chance, and lucky it was $1 chance. But they knew what they were doing with the filly, the other filly. What's it called? She's Extreme. She was going to be up closer to the speed, and certainly gave a sight. But got out to silly odds late, and like what price are you going to be in a champagne now? She probably will be 150.
Twos or threes on, I would have thought. I found DK's horse in the Doncaster. I had my birthday last week, Mr. Brightside. DK, your horse, you found it in every start, I think, when it was rising through the grades. Anything on Mr. Brightside?
No, nothing on Mr. Brightside. No, Judy ain't for you though, Scooty. Oh, well, I would have stopped it. Wouldn't have won if I was on it. I was helping you.
Have you watched the win, DK? Like, it dead set. It's on the back of Thunderstruck. Sorry, is it the other way around? Thunderstruck, either way, he puts like 2 on it on the bend. It's under the whip, gone. And then just the overdrive kicks in at about the 150 and it says ta-da. It was one of the weirdest wins I've ever seen.
50 kilos.
Oh, 5 kilos, my ass. I don't know if that's what the difference is, but I've never seen the overdrive kicked in anyway.
It was a good ride. I know that. The rat was back.
First winner in Sydney for a long time. Willow, wouldn't it be? That's usually where he goes no good, but it's where you want to find him, those big Group 1s. He shows up in them more often than not.
He's got such an advantage being able to ride down at 50-odd kilos, 51 kilos, when you think about those sort of weights, and he's ridden most of the good chances in the Cox Plate at 49.5. Well, as soon as you think that sort of weight range, well, it used to be 10 years ago or 5 years ago, it used to be G-Boss, and then the only other option now is C. Williams that you first go to, because otherwise you're dealing with Kings, Cathys.
Look at the Sydney Cup.
And some scary jockeys.
It's frightening.
Louise Day's on the bottom one or something else. Kira Ma found her. How do you find her? Louise Day. The Sydney Cup.
Have you seen like it's 51.5, I think, his second top weight. So you've got A Collett on the favourite. A Collett, not J Collett. A Collett. J Carr, D Thornton on Chalkstream. What's happened there? Is he changed?
Not sure.
Wasn't K. O'Hara on Chalkstream? She's on the other one. R. King, R. Dolan, H. Bowman on the only horse at 56, J. Ford, C. Williams, K. O'Hara, K. McAvoy, who lost his ride, W. Pike OK, T. Nugent, D. Holland, L. Day, B. Ryan, F. Kersley, J. Innes Jr., T. Schiller, A. Gibbons.
If you got Carr and Willow, the rat, I think you got a big advantage. And
yeah, massive.
Kersley and whoever the other one you said, the Victorian ones, they rode the lightweights in the Melbourne Cup.
Teo,
that's it. So that on the lightweight chances,
couldn't
no
get
big handicaps.
floating artists into a place for us.
That was it. Good.
That was that right.
Isn't it crazy when 51.5 is the second top weight in any race these days?
Crazy.
I like handicaps though.
It's bloody scary.
It's
your go.
Suits me.
I'd love to see Chris Waller, C. Williams ride a winner for Chris Waller, and maybe Greg Hickman come in. So the 3 blokes with the biggest, newest choppers in Australia were all there having a post-race interview together. I think that'd be wonderful, and that's what I'm hoping for at some point in life.
Oh, that's nasty by you. TK, Nico, are you noticing any funny business creeping into some of the camps down in Victoria with the bull on the horizon? Sir Davey was a pretty impressive winner yesterday at Sandown. Is there any quiet runs amongst a few horses in prep for the bull ski?
Well, we're 4 weeks to the day to Warrnambool Cup Day, so I'll sort of be putting them in the comments, I suppose, now. The things happening that runs over the next 2 weeks or something. Otherwise, if they're 30 days plus, I wouldn't be interested. The rest of them be fresh, man.
Yeah, I sort of saw one on Tuesday, that Owenology, who he kind of went around on Tuesday. I thought, you're getting set for the ball, but
and I backed one Tuesday, which then Scoot alerted it to me, and then it wasn't a factor I factored in that, after it had a career worst performance when I backed it, that it'd be getting ready for the ball. So
Terang Cup Day this Saturday, that's usually a day where you see a lot of them go around.
I'll normally be putting it in my comments or clean up for the ball from now until a week or two out. But just the 2 camps that they're the 2 big local camps. They're the ones that you're going to want to be on. Lindsay, obviously Lindsay's horses, grow a leg at Warrnambool, and Simon Wild. They're the 2. Dabenig said he's only just, because it's his first year down there, he's only just going to try and name 1 or 2 or pinch a race here, where those other 2 are going to have big teams in. Their horses go really good at the ball. I remember Danny O'Brien took a couple of Rosemont horses down there to a meeting about 6 weeks ago, flew Ollie down in that chopper to ride them, and they both missed the place, ran there, and he said, remember he said in their interviews, he said, "Oh, geez, it's hard to win a race here at Warrnambool, no matter what the time of year, because you run into Lindsay and Simon Wild and these joints. The horses just go terrific on their home deck. So so that'll be the two. Lindsay and Wild will be the two I'll be honing in on.
I would have thought that Kyra Maher and Dave Eustace will be winning whatever they like. They've just got so many horses, and they've got Cole McKenna and a couple of prominent Warrnambool owners in their flock, and hometown sort of cup for Kieran. I think he just wouldn't mind a little bit of a flex down there. They could absolutely fill their boots.
Well,
DK
I'm not
or
saying no to any Kieran Ma runner after bloody Haitotsu. So, and then, it's just...
Geez, a couple of narcs were out after, like a couple of people that didn't really quite take note clearly of what we were saying. They just...
Best horse in $1.20 if it was a dry deck.
If dry deck, and then conditions changed. And
I don't care. I don't care even with hindsight. It was still like, did you want to be on it at the 200? Like, Benno went past it like it was stuck to the deck, and it was only the quality of the horse that got it over the line. It was a bloody big win, and Jesus Christ, I don't know what it takes out of him. Like, not many horses have done it. Well, no one's done it. But, what a big engine he's got. In the second, and Allegron as well, obviously.
Massive market press for Benno, wasn't it? They were all over it. And it was just a massive odds to place, and I sort of kicked myself after the race thinking, why didn't I just back that horse?
I enjoyed it. I just enjoyed being on the win, going from 20s to $1.02, then back out to 20s in about 4 strides. It was great.
Something else I'm enjoying is Manscaped. Nice and tidy at the moment. Got the Manscaped Weed Whacker here. And once you get the Weed Whacker, the lawnmower, and you buy it in a kit, you actually get the nail file and the little clippers for your toenails, and they throw you in a bonus sort of like men's toiletry bag. But Alana was into me, and she saw me clipping my toenails in the shower. Yeah. And she goes, well, why don't you put it out in the show and ask the boys where they clip their toenails? Where do you do yours, Walt?
That's the best one. Otherwise, they fly everywhere, mate. If you're in there, they're all contained. You can wash them all up. It's all good.
Well, that's what I mean. And then and she also gives me a hard time for blowing my nose in the shower, but I assure her that I stomp
Where do you want to blow it?
I snot the snot and the toenail clippings. I just push it down the drain.
If she's in there with you while you're clipping them and you're snotting, that's a bit of a different story, especially. But if you're one out, one back by yourself, I can't see a better place to do it.
Dad said he puts his foot over the bath and lets them fall into the bath and then wipes the bath out.
That's it.
Oh, Jesus. What about your hip flexors? What if you got tight hip flexors? I can't do that. I'm too old for that.
Out on the back deck's the other one.
Oh, geez.
You either get back deck.
Sickest story. We had a mate who used to live with us. You'll probably watch this. He'll die. We move out, right? And he's a big boy. And he must have some sick thing where he throws them behind the bed.
Oh, no.
And we've moved the bed out, and there's just there's a mountain.
Oh, no.
You couldn't pay the cleaner. The cleaner refused to clean his room.
Nico, where do you cut your toenails?
Something I don't give a lot of thought to be honest, where I've sort of put them. But
Nico goes to see the Vietnamese ladies down at the salon. That's how good he's going.
Pedicure in Bali I do, but I don't like the manicure. I don't like people touching my hands. I'm a bit funny, a bit weird like that. But the other one, it sounds a bit weird too. My backup plan is, it sounds a bit gross this. I wipe it first. I put my foot on the toilet and then just clip them into the toilet, and then I just wipe the seat and flush it. That's if someone's in the shower or I can't access the shower.
Well, I'll tell you something I am amazed about is that goddamn thing. Like, it's lobbed in the pack. I've never charged it once. Not this one, the other one.
Oh,
it's still going.
You're not a hairy man.
It must be 3 months, and I haven't charged it. It must be bloody kryptonite running it or something. I've never seen anything like it.
Lithium or something. I don't know what it is. But Manscaped, you guys can get it too at home, 20% off. And any other funny ones, just tweet us at BetDoctorTV and tell us the weirdest or where else that you cut your toenails, and we might send you a prize.
Yeah, we might do a press conference.
Show's lowest point, I'm thinking. Toenails, this is what we've graduated to.
Mate, this is nothing. We're just warming up.
Oh, DK, you got to cheer up, Charlie. Nico's going to have a look at Caulfield despite going to Sydney. Imagine that, Mounting Yard Mail in Sydney, and you've got Mug Punter right beside you, chaperoning, taking you to
is that happening?
The best eats at Randwick.
Oh, the mugs.
Well, the mugs. I think his local track's Rosehill, but the mug will find Nico. We'll send him out there. I'll pay for his Uber. Let's get Mug.
He sent me a DM. If you need a ticket, help getting in, I can give you a hand. So the mug's all over it. He's a kind man, the Mug. He's going to try and help us out there. So I
would love to find out how he's going to get you in, and I'm tipping wire cutters are part of the equation.
Oh, I think you should stay at Mug's place. But
Mum, have a bit of schnitzel for breakfast and a can of Coke with Mum.
Grouse. I'm going to leave that one alone. We're going to have a look at day 2 of the championships. Absolutely nailed it last week between all of us, I guess. But the star of the show was probably Walt, the Oaks, the Cup, the QE, the Queen of the Turf. And it's so got some championships races there and some other big ones. It's mouth-watering. And fingers crossed they can get that water away from the 1,000-metre mark, or they'll just become 800-metre sprints. TopSport Steamers have been absolutely rank on the nose, colder than DK at the moment. But I'd take all 3 bets. I've had a sneak peek and I know what the bets are. And this
They
time,
better be better than the golf bets.
what golf bet? Oh, the golf lays. Yeah. So we did a US Masters golf pod, so you'll be able to watch that. Make sure you have a look at that. Big Daddy and Mike Creedy have done pretty well there. Big Daddy found Cam Smith last time at the Players at about 50-1. So him and Dogger know their golf stuff. I got no idea, but I steered them through the Augusta Masters, and they just know who's hot and cold and who goes around there and things like that. So if you're a mug like me, they'll probably steer you in the right direction. TopSport Seamers, they'll be good. And then make sure you check out TopSport Market for this weekend. They bet up on all the Group 1. So if you have a big feeling about a runner and want to have a really good crack at it, they'll let you on for sure. Nico, I think we're going to get straight into race 1 at Caulfield. We'll touch upon a couple races there, and then we'll fly up and do the Sydney card. But race 1's the Langwarrin Hotel Handicap. Have you ever been there and punched a couple of tickets through fixed odds at Langwarrin Hotel, Nico?
Actually, the new home ground, Langwarrin. That's where we ended up moving to.
Oh, did you?
I haven't been to the hotel, no, but know where it is. So might have to test it out one day.
See if the terminals are all clear there and let us know. Let's have a look at the market. 2,400-metre handicap here. Maserati Bay, spelt peculiarly, $2.60 favourite here. Desert Icon, $3.80. Through Irish Eyes, $4.20. Steel Prince, wow, $4.80. White Hawk, $16. And Saunter Boy, $26. And it's from the Mar Eustace camp here. We're going to have a look at Maserati Bay in the Mar Blue with a cross, winning the Yarra Valley Cup on near St Patrick's Day, I would have thought.
Yep, this was a pretty easy win for Maserati Bay. Straight to the front, didn't really have to show much here, but I thought his first up run was pretty good before this. He's a horse who tends to sort of peak deeper into preparation. Out to 2,400 metres looks suited, and they're just like auto bet, 2,400, 2,000 metres plus, aren't they? Mar Eustace, DK, they're easy to find.
I'll tell you what, you're nearly an auto bet too at 2,400 metres. I have a point and a peen one win last Saturday, similar sort of race, won by 5 lengths. I'm nearly Nico's auto bet at 2,400 metre staying races on a Saturday too.
I'm probably not as confident here, even though he's shorter, but this looks a pretty weak race. Like, he's only kind of got to beat the stalemate through Irish Eyes. Still, Prince has ability, but he's a bit in the wilderness. It's been a long time since he's had a win, and I don't know if he can get back to that sort of level. He's coming through the Australian Cup, so he'll like to drop back in grade, but right down in the, I think he's on the minimum, below the minimum here. Maserati Bay, Jai McNeil aboard,
He's a good jock at this meeting with a lot of the other jocks all the way into stage.
He's the best rider in the race, probably bar Preble at his best, but Preble's nowhere near that at the moment. So, yeah, look, I thought he was a pretty easy way to start the day. If you want to chuck him in some all-ups or something like that, I'd be surprised if he got beat. I'm not sort of offering up too much at $2.60, but it does seem like he's the one to beat there.
All right, nothing better than backing a winner in a race 1, and Maserati Bay, I think it's a good way to go with the Mar and Eustace camp, just absolutely deadly, as Nico is. But we're going to do a little bit of a U-turn here and a little bit of a trick shot. So Friday night, what's better than a winner, race 1 Saturday, is a Friday night, little Friday night fill-up at Cranbourne. And even poor old Lizzie Jelfs has been making the trek from Sydney to Cranbourne on a Friday night to do the yard. Because she's contracted to racing.com. You don't even watch racing.com, do you?
She's back on TV.
She goes down to racing.com, does the yard on Friday night, and then she has to get back in the car, back into the plane, and then go back to Sydney to go Channel 7.
She's back on 2 TVs.
Well, she's on a lot of telly.
And she's at the sales for Annabelle.
Yes. Busy.
Oh, geez. Sweet baby G's. How do we get some of this action, DK? We need some of it.
Cranbourne, Friday night. What do you say?
400,000 average it is. 400,000. The Ealing sale.
Yeah, and that means 40 for whoever buys it. Thank you. Straight in the queue.
Outstanding. Cranbourne.
What about that one that went for $3 million yesterday?
Yeah, James Herron buy it, did he?
Oh, right.
No.
We've gone off on a tangent.
Tom Magna.
Tom Magna. It's James Herron, not Tom Magna. They're each at 2.
Hasn't there been 20 over 1.4?
He's Tom Mannion he bought 2 horses yesterday, 2.2 and then 3 million.
And not $1 changes hands. Good luck to him.
It just blows my mind.
Good luck
He
to
must
him.
be buying a lot of NFTs and a lot of crypto. Race 5 at Cranbourne, the
Laser-eyed lizards.
Victorian on course, Bookmakers handicap, 1,300 metres. Nico reckons he's found one. Not we, but we are we. Hinto Blue, 420 into $4. Autumn Rose, 440. Numpty. That's how DK's going.
That's us.
550.
Yeah.
That was how we're all going about 2 weeks ago. Veterock, 650. Stravain, 750. Exceed Expect. Bruni Boy, $9. And Little Loft, $11. In the haze colours here, Nico, you reckon you've found Hinto Blue last start?
Yeah, I think he's coming out of a good race here at Pakenham. So didn't have a lot of luck here. Backing behind him, the winner sort of skips away. Corkscrew, who won yesterday, who ended up backing. And then I think the Ural horse has got a bit of ability. Prowling, Obi goes okay. Like it was a borderline Wednesday race, this race. And he did sort of his work just in that middle section of the straight there, that 4 to the 2. He's actually the 3rd fastest at the meeting. And then he's a bit soft on his run here late. But I think 3rd up, having 2 good runs off slower tempos to really hit the line there. Gets a soft run here from barrier number 3 with Luke Nolan. Like he's not a prolific winner, but when he finds his right sort of setup, he's hard to beat. He ran in a very similar race, sort of going back to May last year at Cranbourne. He ran 2nd off a similar kind of setup, and he was pretty unlucky not to win there that night. So I thought, given the map, all the things in sort of his favour here, there wasn't much else to sort of find at Caulfield. I thought this was a horse I was pretty interested in on Friday night. And when Team Hayes, when they take their horses to Cranbourne recently, they're going at 15%, return on your investment 146%. Ben and JD, their last 50 are going at 20%, return on investment 72%. And then when Luke Nolan combines with them, they're going at 18%, return on your investment 20%. So pretty hard to lose when you're going at a few of those numbers there, and they're placing their horses very well. So I think 3rd up in a race where that doesn't look ahead of your stars, you probably know a few of them better than me, DK. The bottom weight in particular, Autumn Rose, who won at Geelong last start.
Yeah, that was it. It was due to win a race. Yep. Race rated okay, but I doubt whether it'd be able to hold that.
She's no star, is she?
That was that was her 7th run or something. I backed the favourite in the race, so I stopped it for her and it won. So yeah, good.
Little Loft just got away.
Loft at it. I don't know, how did it win at Sandown? How?
No idea.
How? I know Julius Sandown's a good trainer, but how did it win? How did it keep beating all those horses across the line?
It had 4 starts prior. This prep was beaten 6 lengths in all of them.
And then it goes and wins.
Sandown.
I took on something out of the race last Thursday night at Pakenham, backing a Hayes horse, and then the thing that ran behind Little Loft ran straight past the Hayes horse.
Ancient Egypt.
Go figure. Ancient Egypt, that was it. I thought it'd be a slow pace, and they went out 5 lengths above. Beauty.
So
got it wrong again.
This race is up for grabs. So I thought barrier 3, we can just park there, $4. Hopefully kick the weekend off to a good start.
Nico, you sound absolutely horned up that horse, so I like it, and I love that you've gone through the Caulfield card and then you've done a U-turn and found Cranbourne on Friday night for us. But hey, DK, Walt's got this bloke up here, or is it a bloke or a Sheila?
Mate, please.
It's a lot of drums get played.
The Indian drums. I feel that you need them.
Your magic mushroom milkshake. You might need the Exorcist.
That's it. That's the one he went and visited the other week, wasn't it? Then he come out and won. Well, here's so
can't back a loser now.
He just mozzed you, Walt.
If you can peel yourself away from the missus and kids, DK, I'll shoot your flight up and you can have a couple of days up with Scooty. Little mental health.
You need it. I'm starting to worry.
We'll film the exorcism. Yeah. DK, I'd love to see DK go in there.
Pulling the cards.
Would you go in with
the tarot cards. Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. We've got to find this place. I'm curious to see what happens. I don't need any more, but
you do. You need a bit.
No, I'm fine. I reckon I'm back. Feel real clear.
Back in 20 to 1 winners.
Hey?
You're back in 20 to 1 winners. You're flying.
It was easy.
Tiger eating wedge shots.
Yeah, it was really easy. The other thing went like a busted New Marion, though. Too heavy, that track, and probably Brisbane Carnival. Anyway, let's go have a look at Randwick. This is our happy hunting ground at the moment, and this is the 3-year-old Arrowfield Sprint. And in the Congos, open up favourite here, and price taken already. Wow, $4.60 into $3.40. I backed it last start, so it's a bigger chance to win today. $4 Marzu, the picket fence horse. Walt's got a picture of this horse on his dunny door. Polelli, really interesting run last start. Another one that I backed, $4.40. Bacchanalia, $15. Generation, $16. Interesting one off the fresheners. Ranch Hand, Male Tie, $19. $20. General Bow. Marine One, who's been going really well for the Mar Eustace camp, $21. I'm Lethal, $26. And Shakiro first up as well. couple little replays of the last 400s that will show here. And the first one's a Galaxy in the Congo on Palelli. Any thoughts here, Walt?
Did you get the wrong horse for me? Because mine was in race 1, the horse that I wanted to do, Mozo.
Too late.
Done Marzu, have you?
Too late, I've barred you.
You've done Marzu.
Anyway, in the Congo.
So where are we? What am I looking at?
In the Congo leading, Palelli out the back.
Yeah. This is the day, and then both these horses have been pretty good to us. Marzu's probably the horse that's interesting and draws wide and doesn't seem to get the favours that it's had at its previous runs here, and obviously steps up in grade. So it's probably the one to be taking on, I would imagine, here.
We'll watch its replay because it's PR'd, I think, the last couple of times. And as someone pointed out, I'm not sure where, but he's got that early tactical speed here, and that's why he PRs. He puts himself into the race, and that's why he's got that nice little picket fence.
He's drawn gates too, though, and then now he's sort of like, you're talking Omni-Man and I can't remember the name of that ordinary thing of Arrowfield there that was going 9 to 1200 that day, but like literally it was the best set-up horse. Obviously had to go back to the inside a little bit, but other than that, absolutely perfect run. Had fitness on them, had everything on them. The Godolphin horse was first up that day. It does have a little bit of fitness on these horses, but like you said, like you're talking in the Congo's a rock solid horse, going to be on speed. Paul Ellie's got a really good setup now, hard fit, soft draw. Ranch Hand comes back to a distance that does suit it, even though it draws inside, and that doesn't look ideal. And you've got Mautai there that's probably going to go off its head and lead by 6 at some point and put a bit of speed in the race, which will make Marzu work. So it's going to have to run a strong 1200 from who knows where from the gate. So I think that I'd be taking it on Saturday, Marzu, and there's a few chances there. It's a pretty dicey looking race to me actually, but I think Marzu is very short.
There's a couple of really short. I sort of read the race similar to you in the Congo, and Palelli seemed to be the two I wanted to be with, and then Ranch Hand.
If you got the right odds, they're auto bets. Yeah,
but I missed the price, maybe one of them or nearly both of them, and you're probably going to get a bigger price Palelli because it's going to go back, and Ranch Hand was the tricky one. Nico, any thoughts there?
Yeah, I was pretty similar to Walt. I thought you want to be taken on Marzu, and it just kind of leaves you with Palelli or in the Congo. I'll be interested to see if in the Congo can come back and settle off one. Like Mautai will definitely lead him, I think. So if he can sustain that, or if he just wants to find the front in all these races and be a bit of a flat track bully, but I was kind of leaning Palelli just with the Randwick record, but I would have thought it's a racing too in the Congo, Palelli. I do like I'm Lethal as a horse. He looks like he's got a fair bit of ability, but just whether he can beat a few of these first up, that'll be the task. I tell
you what's always an angle too with this race is Mautai's about a 20% chance to load. So if Mautai comes out the gates, it nearly did last start, went psycho with the gates, then went up before the start, and then in the Congo's left lone leader. It's a bit like that race. What was that Ma horse we back that day, and there was 2 late scratchings, and all of a sudden she got left in front 1 by 5, went up to the Gold Coast, and what's it called?
Snap Dancer.
Snap Dancer. So it's a bit like that. It could easily and it's not unrealistic with this horse Mautai because he gets rattier the longer he goes into his preps, that he could easily come out and it could end up a very different race.
Yeah, well, if we get it wrong, there'll be a Monday morning quarterback tell us all about it.
I think it's a late betting race. I don't think anything's going to go off too much.
No, I'd probably say the same thing as well. If handlebars are down, maybe Ranch Hand, it could maybe go off from the $16. But what would I know? Race 6 at Randwick is the Australian Oaks cracker here. Gypsy Goddess is favourite. A little bit of a surprise. 420, Hinged 460, Honey Creeper 460, Pink Ivory $6, Biscayne Bay 14, El Patroness $17, Lavilli 20, and then you're getting much bigger odds. The rest might have a tail to it this race, but funny things happen in these 2,400 metre races. But let's have a look quickly at Hinge, Fangirl, Gypsy Goddess, and Pink Ivory.
So a couple of interesting things here. So this is 1850 because they had to move the race back from the 2000 to 1850 when it moved to Newcastle. It wasn't a heavy track. It was like a 6 or a 7, I think. I think they might have put it up a bit longer than that, but it wasn't, and it was a really slowly run race. So Bowman gave the winner a really good ride. Doesn't matter. It's not going to be in this race, but Hinge certainly had the absolute PR. You wouldn't say she's weak late here by any stretch of the imagination. But the horses that ran 4th and 5th there, or 3rd and 4th, I'm not sure.
Gypsy
Goddess and Pink Ivory are the ones that look like they're going to relish, not so much probably a faster tempo here, but getting out to 2,400 on a slog fest, they look the two that can improve. I'd probably be. Hinge is going to get a nice run again. I don't want to pot it.
Let's have a look at the Adrian Knox, and this is where Honey Creeper.
This is the horse I want to pot. Yeah.
Wins, and so it's inside, and it's coming off a bit of a break from Hobart, which is an interesting one there. Got rolled at $1.80 that day, and
I'm on the leader at 40s each way. How am I looking?
Oh, it's you, so probably shaky.
Yeah. Still looking all right at 10's the place. Looking okay.
What's the other Godolphin horse storming
And
into
now I'm
fourth
DK.
there?
That's the horse that was 1,200 to 1,700, 1,200 to 2,000 or something, second up and ran me down on the line as you would.
Who's that other the Godolphin horse running into fourth?
Mutania or something ran third, mate. Didn't run fourth. Definitely ran third.
The Godolphin thing.
Yeah.
With the white hat.
Yeah, it's not in this race.
That was the horse I like to follow.
Yeah,
Out of it. But
you can follow it wherever you want.
Well, it's not in this race.
Yeah,
It's not in this race.
Where Honey Creeper made its ground there, they sort of slowed right down from the 800 to the 600, and that's when it's made its ground up inside runners, and they've sprinted up like 400. It was just a farcical run race, and I doubt that that's the form coming to this race. I'd be keen to be against Honey Creeper.
So what are you on? What do you like?
I like, I don't think there's much value, but I'd rather back Gypsy Goddess if I had to have one pick.
Nico?
I'm kind of the opposite. I think that could be the lead up, Honey Creeper. I thought, seeing her in Melbourne sort of throughout last prep, I thought, gee, you're going to be dynamic when you get on a wet track. And I backed her on Saturday. I haven't got enough out of her, but I think that may be sort of where she comes into her own, the wet track. And I'm kind of worried these horses out of the Storm Queen or the Vinery, like they're 1850 up to 2400. They're going to be on an absolute bog. The only horse I probably want to take out of that race is Pink Ivory. She gets J-Mac, and she'd already sort of improved on the wet and looks like she's crying out for longer. I think the Adrian Knox has proved a pretty good lead up recently. Duet came through it. Colette came through the Adrian Knox. So I'm kind of with Honey Creeper. I like $4.60. It's kind of take it or leave it kind of price. But if I had to tip on the race, I'd have her on top. The horse I'm keen to back in the race is at $71, Velvet Lady. Quick backup. I think it ran on Monday, won over 2,300 metres. It will stay all day.
It's the one that the old Australian Bloodstock have somehow got their colours on between Sunday and now. Too good. It actually, I agree with you. It's had two, the 2,100 win, and it was a soft win against older horses, and then $71. That's
crazy price.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Bolted in the other day, and then it just looks like it's going to eat up 2,400 in a race where like a few of them could be suspect. A, at the trip, B, in the ground. Like I think she'll tick both boxes. It'll be my best result,
which always helps. It's not my thing, but she is by Tarzino or something, so it's at least she's got the pedigree there as well. So certainly a positive.
Big breeder.
It'll be my best result all day.
Wow, it's a massive price.
I agree. I actually completely didn't see it down in the market. I just did the replay of that win, and it was very, very soft.
Beautiful. All right, that could get us back. Make sure DK, you stay off it for all the punters at home, and
DK back at standard out for fourth in the
Sydney.
first fours.
I won't even watch the race. Sydney. Werriby's about 5 minutes close to there. I'll be blowing up after backing a loser there, I'm tipping. Out in the backyard doing laps.
Sydney Cup, race 7. Stockman has opened up favourite. Price taken.
He's gone to a new level. He's gone to a new level.
I like him this way, but I'd fucking rather be back winners.
Yeah.
7 into 480. Crystal Pegasus, $6. Gets J Carr. Chalkstream, $9.50. Luncey's, $10. Knight's Order, $11. No Compromise, $11. It's a friend of the show, horse of the show, $11. Trained by CJ Waller, friend of the show. Shiraz, $13. Surefire, $13. The Chosen One, back in town now, $13. Daquin Sweet Jr., $26. Angel of Truth, $31. And much bigger the rest. But wowee, this is an absolute bottler of the Sydney Cup. And good thing that Duet stayed away. We got our wishes. We sooked it up. We whinged and we won. We got Duet into the Queen Elizabeth instead. Let's have a look at Stockman and the Chosen One behind Duet this time. Thoughts on either of these runners here, looking at the Sydney Cup? So you've got Chosen One trying to barge out and the hat in behind Stockman.
Slowly run 2,400. That Stockman sort of whacking up on the outside there. Does love the ground. Certainly had everything to suit this day. And look at the bunch margins there. Like I know, like Duet's very dominant, and he does beat the rest. Okay, the Chosen One whacking away there. He's had a few chances at every race in Australia. It feels like the Chosen One over the last few years. He's had a crack at everything and think it over whacking on the inside. I know that was weight for age, but
and the other one here is No Compromise when the tactics were changed, and he's Chalkstream, Surefire, Zayrek, Knight's Order.
Run me through how this horse is $12. and horses like Knight's Order, Chalkstream are shorter than it. When this horse has sat wide, worked against its pattern, sat outside the leader, they've gone out like 10 above. They've come home all right. I think the race rated through the roof, and somehow, and it loves the wet.
It did.
It's got I don't know, 3,200 metres. I think looks fine for this horse. I don't understand why this horse is $12. It just seems insane odds. I don't understand why it's not favourite. Nothing's a certainty in this race, but I don't understand why that horse is not favourite.
Anything? I think Chalkstream was scratched. Why?
No, I think it was just safe for the race. I don't think it needed the run. So they just they probably intended to back it up if the track was a little bit better or something. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. But I definitely don't. I didn't hear there was any issue with it. Yeah. So what are we talking about the race? Or
well, I don't know. Maybe Nico.
I think Stockman seems insanely short.
I couldn't back it at 480.
What's that?
I couldn't back it at 480.
No, I couldn't back it at 480. Especially it looks a massive risk at 32. I understand the drop in weight and coming out of weight for age. Crystal Pegasus is obviously flying, great jockey, especially down the weights. I think it's a risk at the trip. Chalkstream looks like it's going to run the trip, but it does have that little query against it, and I think it can win for sure. But I just don't understand why No Compromise and Surefire. I don't know how they found Kathy, but give her strength. I hope she bloody rides the race of her life. Are down, $12, $14. They're the two to me that seem extremely attractive odds.
And Knight's Order can still run a big race now. He drops in weight. He does, as well.
But you've had a horse like Verve sit behind him and beat him. Obviously 3,200, he's going to keep whacking, but like I remember, I wanted to abuse Tim the other day because it cost me about 93 bazillion in multis not winning. But if he goes quicker, they come from behind and beat him. If they go slower, the horse still outsprints him. So he's just a bit of a nightmare horse. And you would imagine that, one of these Waller or Europeans or something's going to go past him.
Yeah, I'm with Walt. I was surprised that No Compromise and Surefire were being so underrated in this market. I thought Surefire should be favourite. Quickest home there in that
until
in that
I
race
saw the rider, I agree.
Yeah, it cops the blinkers, like the jockeys are set back, but it could be like sit and steer off what it's done so far. Its debut run here was enormous. It's the quickest home last start in a brutally run race. Looks like he'll eat up 3,200. And we're talking about, these older horses, the Chosen One, No Compromise, had a fair few cracks. Horses like Knight's Order. This horse has had like 8 starts. It's just completely on the up. Yeah, I agree. If you had a better jockey, you'd be really keen. But you got 50 kilos, so you don't have many options.
Is it a long way out or what? I'm not really sure, but it just seems very weird that I know it's got 50. Maybe that's just the limit of a couple of the good jockeys just couldn't get to the 50. But anyway, I agree with you. It looks like it's going to lob into a nice spot anyway, and she's just got to hold on.
Go, Kath. We'll be cheering.
Go, Kath.
It's the most bizarre thing for me. I don't know many Fastnet rocks that love it bottomless, and this horse is a Fastnet rock. This horse could just be an absolute freak.
Well, it could have thrown to the dam too. Sorry, Mr. Breeder. What? Well, leave it to Nico. Nico's the man that talks about skipping actions and all these things.
There's not many Fastnet rocks that go on a heavy. As soon as I see
Fastnet rocks that go.
It could be a moral. They might just, Kathy's on and just bet up. Get a price. Well, what price would it be if you put someone else on it, like Jay Carr?
I don't understand.
If Jay Carr was on it, what price would it be?
I took $10,
$4
early, thinking
maybe they want to bet.
Was going to go right. I thought Dewey will go to the Queen Elizabeth, so I've taken the $10 in and it's doubled its price. It's gone out 40% since Dewey's come out. I can't work it out at all.
Looks a great bet each way. But both horses look over the odds tomorrow. Let's have a look at the Queen Elizabeth there. And very elegant. Wow, 360 into 310. Price taken. Wow, we cannot believe it. Animo $5, Saki $5. Dewey, we just saw the replay there, $5.50. Monophilia $7.50 in from 9. I'm Thunderstruck 17 to 14. Think it over. Legless on a wet track 26 to 41. Dallasan thought he ran the race of his life the other day on an unsuitable heavy track, and I can't believe they've just not given him a freshen up and taken him to Brisbane. Absolute madness. He'd probably win every race up there. Mount Popper.
Thunderstruck you're talking about? Yeah.
No, Dallasan.
Oh, Dallasan, sorry.
He needs a dry track, and the horse is in great form.
It's a strange race to throw him in for the sake of it.
Why would you do that to the horse? It's just absolute mind-numbing. But Mount Popper 101 as well. Let's have a look at a couple of replays here, and we'll talk through the races. But the replay I wanted to have a look at here is Dewey. It's in a Chipping Norton here, though, now, and I guess the reason we're showing this replay is to tick the box whether it can go to a bottomless track. And this is a heavy 10, so it's a lot wetter this day. You got Very Elegant up on the speed.
Had the perfect run, cart 3 wide.
Mowing them down here. And Douay, it's just going sideways there, and it absolutely savages the line. So for me, I watch this run, and I think if it's bottomless 10, she's going to pick up and accelerate through it.
Yeah, even if it was vulnerable at that stage of its prep, Very Elegant. Who's had the better prep since? Like she's come out and obviously slow tempo probably beat her last up, but Montefilia looked like it beat her on merits, albeit, even though...
We've got that replay too.
They went slow, yeah.
And that's the other thing with Montefilia here with Very Elegant. Very Elegant's parked off her back, so it's going to be to Montefilia's advantage here. Again, the wet track's a tick for Montefilia, and it's going to be in front of her in the run with equal luck. And I'm just not convinced that she's at a brilliant best anymore.
Unless this is a Nature Strip 2.0 and she's got 5 lengths up her sleeve like he did, how could you back her to beat it? And how could you back... Douay was completely dominant over Montefilia in the replay we watched, even though she was in restricted room. Then, what's that?
Oh, there's the forgotten horse as well, Animo, Chris Roots' favourite horse.
Well, it's the horse. It's the horse that's the scary
Easy
horse
X factor.
For me. If you line them up as a lane, like if you line up Very Elegant against Douay, I can't back it. If you line up Douay against Montefilia, there's still a bit of question mark there, and Montefilia's obviously gone forward. So, and you're getting a price, so I can back both of those. If you put in Zaki, I'm interested to hear what Nico says about what he thinks he'll do on a wet track, but I don't like him at all. 2000 on a wet track, apart from the map.
Well, this is a heavy 9, and Animo, we'll watch him just tear away here.
Horse, yeah.
And then in the Cox Plate, it was a slow track as well, and it was only state arrest. He beat Very Elegant home in the Cox Plate, and he was pretty unlucky to lose the protest, I thought. It could have gone either way, but he's definitely a horse that seems to get through the going. He's a street boss.
And you can argue that this is a no race, as in Converge just didn't go, Profondo was gone, and the rest, are pretty steady. But he does gap him, doesn't do anything on the clock, apart from that last, couple of furlongs, which he's entitled to, considering the way the rest of the race was run. But he does have serious upside. Chris Roots identified it early before anyone else, and good credit to Chris. He sort of said he was an underrated type, and he is the X factor coming in here. The way I sort of look at it, I think it's between Douay and Montefilia and Animo. Certainly the of the weight for age horses, and Animo's the one that's scary that I don't know about, but he's short enough probably. I'd still go to the other two, and I'm definitely interested to hear what Nico thinks about Zaki.
I'd be leaning towards he wouldn't get through it. Zaki, personally, I'm sort of not backing him in there on Saturday. I'd think a bottomless heavy track may not be to his liking. Looking at the race, I was surprised Very Elegant was $3.10. I wasn't in love with her last start. Her action late in the straight, I thought, especially her head carriage was a bit funny for a horse that usually just savages the line. You couldn't step in at $3.10. I don't know. Animo, that's a complete barrier trial last start. I don't think you need to look into that win to know how much talent he's got. I think you go back to the spring where he's ran second in the Cox Plate. He's so adaptable, this horse. Like the Cox Plate's a brutal run test. And then last starts to sit and sprint. He's good in both. His 2 last starts on the wet tracks have been outstanding, I thought. Yeah, I marked him favourite at $4. He's my boyfriend. I've been with him the whole way through, but it just looks like a perfect setup for him. He gets the run of the race. I'll be interested to see the tactics in this race. Like if Jay Carr goes, okay, my best chance is to make it a real sort of fast run race because that's where he's at his best and he's not going to out sprint the others, or she sort of is a bit more conservative and tries to get him through the wet track because there's just no speed outside of him. Maybe Darlasam, Mount Pup will serve it up to him. I think if it's a slow run race, it probably suits a horse like Douay and Animo if they got big turn of foots. If it's brutal, Very Elegant probably comes into the game. I think Animo, although he doesn't have the proven record at, the weight for age and all those kind of things, I think he's kind of the bomb-proof horse to find here. Like he's got the perfect map. He's going to be in the right spot. He likes it fast or slow. He's the box ticker for mine. I was him from Douay. I'm probably going to back both.
Is there any chance that I'm Thunderstruck can knock these off? They may go slower, and he's got a pretty good sprint. And 2,000 metres, he handles the wet. And as you said, Walt, he's a beautiful horse. So he looks, to my eye, like a horse that would just keep copping untold amounts of work.
But that's not always great on a bottomless.
Yeah, but he can cop the work. And if he's come through the run really well, he's got the quick backup. He goes on a wet track. And it was only that the other horse, Mr. Brightside, we don't know how good he is yet, and he's got the 5 kilo swing. So Stranger things have happened.
He was stronger on the line than I gave him credit for watching the replay last week. Like, it was very weird that horse just picked up and went past him, because I thought he must have died in his run, thunderstruck, and that's why he got past him. But it was very weird, and he was certainly looked like he was coming again on the line, if anything. So, I'm not going to say 2,000 metres is not impossible, but it's, weight for age 2,000, bit of an afterthought. But as you say, it falls in well with the prep even being an afterthought, so I don't think that's a big issue. I just think the others have, I think he's fair enough odds. 15. I'm not going to be saving on him or anything.
Nico, can you see it happening?
Oh, I can see it happening. He's a high class horse. I'm thunderstruck, but gee, this is a new level. Like, weight for age, first go 2,000 against some of the best we've got, who are absolutely flying as well. It's not like anything's coming into this bar very elegant that's, not racing at their best. So he's got a big task. I think he will be a 2,000 metre horse in time, but just whether Saturday is his day, that's what you're willing to find out at 14s. I'm probably not willing to back him at that price. I'd need probably double to look to get involved.
It's a semi-exciting race for exactly what you said, with the chinks in the one horse that's been well backed, which does scare me because of the camp it's coming out of. But still, I agree that she lost her action there the other day. The first up run, she wasn't super strong through the line, even though they went slow. Others were stronger. She had the PR. This is the time to take her on. I think this is the time to take Zaki on. And then you've just got to sort of knock out. You've got to choose a camp, haven't you? Douay or Animo or Montefilia, probably. I think they're all just come in flying, well set up, on the up. Perfect preparation.
Agree. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, Douay, Montefilia and Animo. They're just perfect setups for a race like this. Is an absolute mouthwaterer, and just fingers crossed they can get through the meeting. So I think, if you were Tristan, you just love, this is the one time you'd love TopSport just to sit there and just hold on for dear life and just lay very elegant and Zaki for as much as you can.
Full cupboard job.
Yeah, and then lock yourself in the cupboard and see what happens.
Yeah.
That'd be a beauty.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's us. I think that's us for the Sydney wrap. But
you're not even going to talk about my race where I tipped my only horse for the day.
Too late. You were too late. I just sit there and I wait for you to put your notes in.
I think Moko's the hardest to beat in race one. Then I'm just going to say it. Is that a rough?
Yeah. So Williamsburg, Mug's horse last $2.40 favourite, and then Moko race one number 2 is $3.20. Tommy Berry, Anthony Freedman.
Yeah, I think it's got more upside. It'll run the mile right out. Gets a perfect run. I think Williamsburg's probably had a little bit harder racing, and hopefully Moko's still on the up.
All right.
What about the Aussie male, DK? Our girl Yoltz has gone up to...
Yeah, Yoltz, she's stepping up at picket fence. Hard to knock, isn't it? Tell you, she's strong. So don't worry about her getting through the conditions. And she'll...
Any footy training male there? Or
No, don't come to train an Aussie. No, the nanny or whatever drops young folk off at the training. He was there on Sunday, though. I shook his hand first thing in the morning. Said, well, hi, Totsu. What a good horse he is. And, yep, so no, Yonce, Caulfield Cup. There we go. Told you.
Well, I don't get the Aussie mail, but the mail I got, it's absolutely flying.
There you go. You get better mail than me from that joint too.
I've got weird mail for it too, so I think it's clearly doing something special.
Well, it's got picket fence. It's $8. It's big price.
Yeah, it's not hard to find, but it's a nice race for it too. You're getting $8 still.
It's always going to find the line for you, no matter what race it's in. So just such a strong horse.
This is her first prep still.
Amazing.
She's unbeaten as well. Like, we're talking about the training points with Totsu. I know she hasn't won the Group 1 yet, but if they can get her to do it there on Saturday, gee, it's going to be some performance in another one who I've just been kind of waiting for her to get on a wet track. I reckon she'll eat it up.
We've nearly done the whole card here. Beautiful.
It's all right.
It sounds easy if they can continue to race there. But if you want more...
We haven't done the whole card. We haven't got to the most important part of the day.
What's that?
The Mugs Mail.
Oh, you don't know what it is yet. But if you want more of Johnny stuff, make sure you check out racingwatch.com.au. He's not a bad tape watcher. He finds a couple of winners here. He causes a bit of mischief on the Twitter sphere and just in life in general. So jump in the chat room. It's very entertaining. It's been nauseating, the Tiger chat at the moment. I've had to mute the Discord channel every time the Tiger this, Tiger
You've
that.
come
Tiger,
around.
Tiger,
You're
Tiger,
weakened, though.
Tiger.
You've had the big Tiger can't win, Tiger can't make the cut angle, and now you're starting to water yourself down a bit. Why don't you stick to your guns, you weak dog?
No, I think Tiger is a big chance to miss the cut. And he said that his biggest... Tiger, he reckons he swings right, everything's good, but he's worried about the hills. If you're worried about walking around the golf course, you're not gonna make the cut.
Mate, they'll have him in carts in between shots and have no cameras allowed on the track.
Chocolate. No, he's cast. He's completely cast. I'm happy to bet again. It's like even money. So
That's all right, as long as you're standing in a corner. I like it. Not when you're standing on the ropes.
It's
You
much
two
better.
should be having a side bet, like for fair income, Go on, your opposite ends.
All right, what do you want me to
It's
do?
about an even money chance, isn't it?
It's an even money chance.
You don't want to have those sorts of bets with me. I'll go to whatever length.
Well, I don't know.
Not monetary. Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
What more can I do? I've already proxied
I'll cop the cool pineapple up the arse or whatever you want. I do most days, so what does it matter?
I don't know what I'll do. People can send in what they want me to do.
I'm happy you're in a corner. I'm happy to be in the opposite corner on opposing opinions. I like it.
I'm happy that if everyone's doing that, I'm happy to do the other thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just by myself.
I like DK.
With my friend DK. Mugs moral time. Last week, very fine red. No good. John Walter pulled his pants down. What has he got this week? Mug punter.
Hi guys, Mugs back this week for a better and improved Mugs moral. Oh, we got beat to Johnny Walter last week, but the Mugs are good sportsmanship. Congrats, John. The better man won. Congrats. I'll get you next time. This week, we got to wait to the last. If we get to the last race, if we get to the last in Sydney, because the rains are coming tomorrow, Thursday, easing up Friday, Saturday, easing up a bit. But man, it is a red hot card at Randwick. So the Mugs mower is in race 10, number 4, Bellucci Babe. Man, it ran great last week in the TJ Smith Stakes. Got too far back and come flying home. Barrier 4, loves the wet. What can I say? Tim Clark, back to mare's grade. It will be winning. And the price for TopSport at the moment is $3.70. So, boys, Mugs moral this week is in race 10, number 4, Bellucci Babe. Good luck. And what does the Mug say after we back a winner? Go find your bookie. Good luck, and I'll be back with All Age Stakes Day next Saturday.
Christ, I thought we were going to lose him when he was trading out the TopSport price 3. So I thought he was going to fall off the chair there.
Did you notice he didn't have his South jersey on this week, mate? I heard a rumour he wasn't going to be wearing it after they got beat last week.
But so you still got it on.
I thought I'd better represent because I knew that he'd jump off the wagon.
He's got the GWS.
I'm not bagging the Mug. Got to be careful in that last race because that horse is one of my favourite horses in the world, Bellucci Babe. And even though it looked like it was... It looked like it was ridden too far back the other day. That's the way this horse absolutely 100% best races. And I think it's 1,000 to 1,100 metre race horse ridden cold. It's had a couple of soft runs in small fields up on speed and got away with the race this preparation. But just be very careful with this horse in a strong run, 1,200, because it's I think it's just a little bit too far for it in a real test. So I'll be cheering for the Mug, but just with reservations.
You want to go head to head again? This is the
decider. Do, but I couldn't. I can't. I think the race is impossible. So otherwise, I would. Stand by.
You're squibbing out of it.
I am squibbing out of it. We'll go head to head another day.
This is the weakest thing ever.
I was hoping he'd back up with Williamsburg, and we were going to go Mozo Williamsburg again. I wasn't. I'm happy to hold his bet, but I can't find the winner. I'm a milk drinker.
That is the softest thing I've ever heard. This can't win, but I can't find anything else.
Yeah.
DK, I can't believe it.
I'm taking the $1.25 laying it.
You're gutless. All right, TopSport Big Bets. The lays here, and I think the punters have got up the Merlihan skirt here. Randwick Race 4, number 3, Paris Dior, 2,200 at $3.30. It's now into $2.45. Macca Jamez is on this one in the Percy Sykes. Walt?
Yeah, they got, everyone wants to tip it, but it seems... It seems a ballsy bet backing into a horse off a break, considering there's a lot of horses in this race that have had better setups fitness-wise and more recency in their form. Great stable that, handled 2-year-olds better than anyone. But, I couldn't take short odds about any horse in that race. I think Timmy's horse in that race is quite interesting. Is it North Star Lass? Thought she was a very good win on debut. I love it when they prick their ears through the line, especially, early in their careers. Shows they've got plenty more up their sleeve.
Zoostar, Gaybot. Nice. Could be one at $14 to have a look at there. Honey Creeper, race 6, number 4. We've spoken about this. 1,200 at
Nico's bet.
$6 into 460. That's Nico's ticket.
Bet. Yeah.
Yeah, probably dirty. Didn't take the early bigger price. So
I had it loaded into the bet slip 50s last week, and I didn't have anything on.
No.
I hate that when you go to back one and then you click it and you just don't click 1, 2. You think you're on and you haven't clicked it twice. They said you bet and then you really want this bet and you're like, you think you've clicked it, you go off and do something else.
You tipped a horse at Sandown or somewhere a couple of weeks ago that I did that with. I was like, finally I've got some horses or something going later in the day. And then I'm like,
no.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Yeah, it's a shocker, isn't it?
No, I haven't.
And here's the other one. That's Yonce, the horse we've already spoken about here. Race 9, number 14. This is might be DK's. 1,000 at $8.50. Yonce.
No, too small a bet, not DK.
All right. That's we've navigated a couple of winners there, hopefully at Sydney, and then we found one at Cranbourne, or Nico has, on Friday night, and then a little pipe opener race 1 at the Langwarrin Hotel Handicap, Maserati Bay for the Mar Eustace yard. So it's going to be a fantastic week of racing. Got the golf on as well. Check out the Golf Club podcast. What's that?
No, just hope it all goes smoothly. Hope they run the meeting because it just does look like it's bloody diabolical out there.
Rain bombs.
And I don't know what their option is though. I think Newcastle's seen its day. I think it's absolutely cast Newcastle. They've absolutely chopped it to bits. So they don't have many other possibilities.
And DK, I'm sure the rain bomb above your head will turn. It takes one winner, as the mug told us. It was absolutely cast until Williamsburg. I was cast until Mr. Brightside. Your horse is coming, DK. You just got to keep
chipping away.
Yeah, what's that? One of Australia's biggest punters. You just got to believe your next bet is going to be a winner. Big punter in Sydney thinks that. So you just got to believe, DK.
Do they lend you the money to put on it?
Yeah, that's it. Burn as much as I've burnt the last month. Anyway.
Echuca, Terrain, Swan Hill.
Yes.
Well, you got a couple of joints, DK.
Yes, today. Today is the 8th, I think the 7th week in a row. It's Kilmore or Kyneton into Pakenham night. 7th week in a row. Like, no wonder, Anyway, Swan Hill's been Ellis.
I had a little look at Wodonga, but I didn't want to step on your toes in case I was tipping something.
Well, no, you've done that. I spent fucking 2 hours on that meeting. There's just dingoes, mate. Nothing there.
Nothing there.
Like, I was waiting for Wodonga all week. Beautiful. Wodonga. And then, just zero.
It's a bit like that at the moment, isn't it? Those country meetings, you're picking the best, worst horse, which is it's always dangerous, right?
Dangerous. Yeah, and then, exactly. Anyway, don't force it. One of Scooty's sayings, don't force it. Anyway.
It'll turn. You just got to batten down the hatches.
Fight off the gremlins. Fight off the trolls.
And just wait till you get a horn for one. I was surprised I could still get a horn for a horse.
You were surprised you could?
Yeah. You get that.
I hadn't had a horn for like 14 years until I heard DK heavy breathing into the mic there at the start of the show.
This show's just gone to pieces here. Good luck on the weekend, boys. Nico Noonan's going to do the yard out of Sydney. He'll have mug. You might have to do a little bit of content. I want you to record yourself with the mug.
Yeah, we need an interview or something with the mug, or something on the phone.
Interview with the mug.
Yeah. One-on-one with the mug.
Right, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll see what I can get done.
Check out the shop. If you want to get around the boys' packages, check out Racing Watch. If you want to just drive yourself nuts in the chat room and just keep on betting. If you're going through a rough patch, it'll turn. You just got to chip down, and then when you get a horn for one, you chip back up. But we'll see you next week, and fingers crossed they can get the meeting done on Saturday. Good luck.